the basement. I hope everyone is doing well. Too bad RIP is not. Part of what we'll be talking about later. But before we get to that, a couple other things. Go ahead, grab yourself a little something to sip on. Light up a little something to smoke on. Sit back, relax, if you're wondering why, it's because this is the Saturday Night Chill. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the basement. Welcome to the Saturday Night Show. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you had a good week, or at least a good day today, or some kind of bright spot at some point in your recent history. Today was pretty okay. I got stuff done. And I know I got stuff done because my body's telling me I got stuff done. With pain. Because I'm old. Than some. Justin, how you doing, man? How's your day been? That's a weird ass shadow, doesn't it? Look at this. Balanced it out a little bit. There we go. That's open. How you doing, man? Hey, that's just insane. All right. David, how are you tonight? Well, my tonight, you're middle of the fucking night, almost morning. Okay, I've been on 5 minutes. I'm well past the, not that I monetize, but I'm still past the threshold where I can say what I want. Yeah, that's enough of that. Let me tell you what we're going to talk about tonight. Oopsie. Okay. We are going to talk about the most recent episode of Secret Invasion. We're going to talk a little bit about Bob Iger, what we know now, and what the potential ramifications of that are and could be. We are actually going to talk just a little bit of Barbie because that movie's doing insane numbers. Like really insane numbers. So we'll get into that in just a smidge. And then, of course, at some point in time, I'll start to repeat myself too much, and then, we'll just talk about what the fuck ever. Like usual. Just a nice chill, well, yeah, still chill, just, an edgy version of chill, given most of the subject matter. Really, there's not much else to talk about, because Hollywood is on pause. So, that's where we're at on that shit. There we go. That's a wee bit less obnoxious. I mean, not that it's bad music. I picked it. I'm kind of in that mood, but like the video game noises it's based off of, it is a bit repetitive. So we'll just settle that back in the back, where it'll be more of an ambiance than actual entertainment per se. It's perky, like that music was. When I say that music, I'm talking 8-bit Nintendo, baby. Like music right out of the movie Pixels. So. Yeah. It's insane. Saber Smith, how are you? It is good to see you and everybody else that has let me know they're here via the chat. And I welcome all lurkers, of course. I am perfectly satisfied to be your background noise. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's just a mess. Yeah, we are got to talk about this. Music reminds you of Final Fantasy VII. Cool. At least I hope that's cool. Your phone died. Did you say a prayer? What we chatting about tonight? Well, because it's a fucking phenomenon. We're going to talk about the Barbie movie just a little bit. Not details about the film itself, just it's ridiculously good box office numbers. We're going to talk a little bit about Bob Iger, what he's done, what he's been doing, what he might do. And of course, we're going to talk about Wednesday's episode 5, Harvest of Secret Invasion. And if you looked at the title, you'll see how I'm feeling about the show, or at least you'll be able to guess more than I. How have I been? I have been not too bad. Like I said, there's got some changes going on. I no longer work at the tire place. We moved in with the kids. So, but we're rolling. So, it's all good. My Indeed's blowing up. They're like, apply to us, please. So I do. Now I'm just waiting to hear back on like a few. So that shit. All right, sorry, I'm trying to find a very succinct presentation of the numbers. People who want to give me a bunch of information I don't fucking want. Oh, here we go. Wow. Yeah. So you ready for these fucking numbers? Hey, there's my boy Rob. How you doing, my guy? My brother. Background noise. Good. Sabersmith. I saw both Barbie and Oppenheimer, and I thought both were great. People in your corner, including me. Yeah. And good things coming. Keep your head up, brother. I will, man. And I thank you and love you for that shit. All right. Fuck off, deadline. Okay. So, are you guys ready for these numbers? Warner Brothers themselves are projecting 150 million. I believe this is all domestic. Let me just make sure. Yes, this is all domestic numbers. This is not worldwide numbers. Keep that in mind. Yeah, so Warner Brothers themselves, them hoes are finally going to make some fucking money. They're predicting a little bit over 150 million for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Barbie movie. Other industry, oh, by the way, this is from Deadline. Other industry calculations believe it's going to be well more than 161 million. And it'll be the biggest opening weekend of 2023 to date after opening day. Also, best year to date of 70.5 million. In comparison, since this is Barbenheimer weekend, Oppenheimer is projected to do 77 million for the 3-day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, after a $33 million opening day. I mean, that's pretty damn good. 77 mil. Those are mid comic book movie numbers. But fucking Barbie, bro. And that's just domestic. That's a very popular toy / doll / figure whatever you want to call it, like internationally. I can't wait to see the international number. I think I saw, and I could not find it. Again, it was probably something I quickly. Actually, it's Choppenheimer. um, wait, Choppenheimer. I'm not quite sure why I snorted now. I'm actually gonna have to think about that one. It's probably gonna be a while too, because let's just say I came to stream prepared. So yeah, projected to do 161 million domestically. Just fucking here, Chopper from Rebels. Yes, fucking love Chopper. And that's fucking Filoni. That's all he does. Sits in front of a microphone. Chopper. And if anyone's seen me in chat, in various chats on various streams, then when Chopper has come up, I have no problem saying Chopper in the land of Star Wars droids is second only to one R2-D2, who is the GOAT. Not just of astromechs, but of all Star Wars droids. Even the bounty hunter type ones that can do mass killing, R2 is still the best. Bring on the war crimes, right? Yeah, Warner Brothers and Hasbro, or is it Hasbro that has Barbie as well as the Transformers? Someone help me out with that one. I think it's Hasbro. Anyway, Barbie's going to actually make the studio some money. I think that's going to be the first movie that makes Warner Brothers money this year, if I am not mistaken. I could be. I actually don't think I am, though. And again, Oppenheimer. Basically running at about half, 77 mil as opposed to 150 to 161, and 33 mil opening day as opposed to 70.5 mil for Barbie. So yeah, Barbie's running at pretty much a 2-to-1 ratio for Oppenheimer, but Oppenheimer is generating pretty damn good numbers for a movie of that ilk as well. So it would appear cinema is not dead, just our IP. What do you think of what the fuck? Oh, you piece of shit. Fucker. Hold on. There we go. Oh, well. Oh, that's this. Let me check something here. Oh, that's right. Let me check the audio. That's good. Chilling, dropping. All right. First of all, before I start reading and responding to chats, I'm more than happy to do. Please tell me if you can hear me right now. I gotta figure out what the fuck is going on with all that. It's got to be my monitor. That is blasting my face, making me look like half a Casper. Yeah, you can hear me? All right, good. All right, chilling, dropping facts. Yeah, R2 will always be number one. I always felt like I was watching the movies through his perspective. Well, R2, Alan, how you doing? Uh, yeah, well, R2 is the only character in Star Wars that knows the entire story from Phantom Menace to that last movie. So he never had his mind wiped like 3PO, who had his, oh, is it? There. I should take care of that. Where was I? Yeah, R2. I mean, George wants to call it the Skywalker saga, but R2 is the only one who literally was there for and knows the entire story from beginning to end. So, Alan, did you ever put any pictures in the Discord, or did you just let me know you got your stuff? Yeah, I finally got Alan his stuff. Ooh, I sit back. It's not so bad. It's kind of comfy. Let's try this. Yeah, so what do you guys think about those numbers, man? Aren't those nuts? I mean, I know Barbie's a super iconic character. Been around for a long ass fucking time. Has occasionally been the center or focal point of controversy. Always been relevant. But I straight up never saw a Barbie movie doing these kind of numbers on, well, not on the opening weekend. Shit, what was its fucking production? Production cost. $145 million for the production. So it will probably, once you throw in worldwide, it's probably going to come damn close to breaking even this weekend. Try to get pics tomorrow. Dope. I'm very curious as to what you got. You were so excited about it, so I must see what the excitement's all about. That's a little less harsh. Camera appears to be working. Mic appears to be working, so I didn't screw up any of the plugs when I did that, so that's cool. So yeah, the best weekend in cinema to date was literally hashtag Barbenheimer. And when I say to date, I mean in 2023. And you got to give them props. Obviously, they made a quality film. People are loving that shit. At least this weekend. We'll see what the second weekend is like. That's second weekend. It tells the real story. That tells you exactly where the hype for the movie is at. Because there's opening day hype, and then there's okay, this movie's really good hype, and the second week numbers tell whether or not or which type of hype it is. There we go. What do you guys think about that shizzle? Let me know in the chat, man. Like, I find it super impressive, but also a bit wild. It generally works better as movie to toy rather than the other way around. Ask Dolph Lundgren when he tried He-Man. Can they beat Keanu and Tom numbers? That is an excellent question. Let's see what John Wick 4. That's not how you spell Wick. 4 opening weekend box office. Okay, so John Wick opened at 73.8 million and ended its run clearing 187 million. So yeah, John Wick's going to get its ass beat. Now, let us check on Tom. Alrighty. Oops. Just put the opening. There we go. All right, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. 56.2 million opening weekend. With an 80 million 5-day total. Yeah. So yeah, both of those movies are getting their asses beat by Barbenheimer by either movie individually, as it turns out. Hi, Donna. How are you? Yeah. Not only can they are they're smashing them with an E, smash. Just got out of Oppenheimer. What'd you think? And obviously, 1 to 10 it for me, Donna. Let me know. And if you want to go into more depth, please feel free. But at least give me a 1 to 10. And I would like to go see that one. Historically inaccurate, but 6.5. Saber Smith says good for them. Yeah, I know. It's nuts. All right, so you're pretty much in the middle of the pack on that one. I've seen some people thinking it's one of the, best biopics ever. And there's other people who are like, it's 3 hours of. So, with them out of work actors have to do something to pass the time. Why not go to cinema? Uh, yeah, they're not on a marching shift. Too long and could have been chopped. Dragged it out, did they? Were they violently applying a stick to a horse corpse? Violently. great acting. Well, yeah. I mean, that's a pretty stacked cast. I mean, Cillian Murphy is fucking dope because I've seen him in a few things, mostly Peaky Blinders, and he is magnificent in that show. So, and of course, Robert Downey Jr.'s in it. It's Robert fucking Downey fucking Jr., bro. Um, I've only seen Florence Pugh in Marvel stuff, but I always felt watching her like she had a whole lot more than that in her. From what I hear in this movie, she does, including Cillian Murphy. So yeah, they got a lot of they got some pretty good folks in there that could carry a big old ass movie like that. It was a bit long, great dialogue and acting though. Cool. I've seen a couple people on the tweeters mentioning that they were underwhelmed by some of the explosions. What'd you guys think of the booms? How were the fireworks? Were they great balls of fire? Goodness gracious. One cat passed out and the other cat just looking self satisfied on mommy. There you go. That's a good boy. Oppenheimer did not have a hard time getting his security clearances. He was on one panel. Uh, so a couple of you have seen the Oppenheimer. The booms were underwhelming. Okay. Did they actually show them being used overseas, or did they stop the movie before that, or just have it be an off-screen thing? I don't think knowing that'll spoil anything for me. I mean, I follow Josh. If I was concerned about spoilers, I probably would not. Off screen. Okay. Sorry, yeah, you don't have to be sorry. If you're a history fan, like, I'm the same way when it comes to movies based on books that I've read. Like, Hollywood used to be complete ass with adapting novels. How long do I give the writer's strike? Well, Ezekiel, I will tell you only a test boom. Oh, okay. Fuck. The visions were stunning. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that. What the fuck was I just talking about? Oh, yes. Yeah, the way that Hollywood used to butcher novel adaptations when they would do that. Like, I had read the novel White Fang, and someone came out. I don't remember what company came out with a movie called came out with a White Fang movie, and I was all hyped and shit. I mean, I didn't go see it in the theater, but you know, I knew eventually that shit had hit video, and I had rent that motherfucker. So it finally came out on the VHS. Yes, I say VHS, and got it home, put it in, watched it, and was fucking angry because it had, other than the fact it was a dude and a dog, and the title of it was White Fang, it had fuck all to do with that book, and I was angry. The visuals were stunning. Awesome. How long do I give the writer's strike? Well, now that it is the writers and the actors, if for no other reason than grandstanding, which both sides grandstand all the fucking time. Grandstanding is, negotiating 101. Um, Probably till at least Labor Day. It might drift into October even, long enough to delay shit that we don't want delayed. I will tell you that much. It'll be long enough to annoy us by delaying shit that we do not want delayed because we desperately need it because it's probably going to be high quality and we haven't had that for fucking a minute. You loved Barbie as a girl and you're glad you didn't go. Well, many, many people went. That fucking movie doubled up Oppenheimer domestically. There we go. So, obviously, not every movie's for everyone, and what the fuck ever. You ain't got to like everything I like, or vice versa, or what have you. So, not a dime from you. If you don't want to watch Margot Robbie on screen playing Barbie and Ryan Gosling playing Ken, I don't fucking blame you. I I have no intentions of going, but if someone I cared about wanted to go, I would go. But no one's brought it up yet, so I'm cool. My wife is confirming what I figured. She wants no part of that shizzle. At least not paying for it in the theater. Maybe when it hits streaming, we'll watch it. Probably that's going to end up being the same thing with Oppenheimer too. I probably won't see that mug in the theater. Nope, I got to save up so I can go see Blue Beetle, which comes out the week before Ahsoka does. But yeah, the Barbie movie is a legit phenomenon. At least when it comes to box office numbers. Oppenheimer visually great, just not the boom. Okay. So yeah, yeah, I see the strikes going at least through Labor Day / the first week or so of September minimum. Could bleed into October. I don't think it's going to go past Halloween. At least I fucking hope not. Because that'll really start fucking some shit up. But on the other hand, if you know, I think SAG and the WGA should take as long as they possibly can and think as long as they feel they need to. We'll live. There's plenty of stuff out there for us to watch in the other category or the rewatch category. What did I think of the Ahsoka trailer? I'm glad you brought that up because I had forgotten about that. Yeah, I've been around long enough. That shouldn't be a surprise at this point. But yeah, no, I thought that was even better than the first one. I really liked it. I mean, they showed enough same stuff, but not too much, and they gave us enough new stuff without giving away the whole fucking show. So I think it looked good. I think the show looks really good. It has to be really good for the sake of Lucasfilm, period. But yeah, no, I'm legit. I'm legit hyped for the Ahsoka show. I think, yeah, that's the only thing I'm legit hyped for the rest of 23. Actually, I will say the last Marvel's trailer was a definite improvement. I now have actually that much interest in seeing it now. Like it sparked actual curiosity. Not much, but it's there. Ahsoka looks amazing. Yeah, show looks pretty good too. Okay, sorry, couldn't help myself. It pains me to say it, but I am my father's son. And my dad loves his puns. I love Ahsoka. This is the Sabersmith. I love Ahsoka. However, I'm really watching for Ezra and Sabine. Luke Ahsoka. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Luke on this show, unfortunately. But yeah, I definitely think Luke should show Ahsoka his mastery of the lightsaber, so to speak. Ezra and Sabine, though. Yeah, I mean, those two are obviously cop and feels at the end of the animated portion of Rebels, so it's going to be interesting. As to whether we'll see more than him in a hologram at this point, I'm not sure. There was one leak like a while back that talked about him basically creating his own form of like force combat, which, was hand to hand oriented with, force enhancements for, strikes and throws and shit like that. So it was going to be, it sounded pretty dope, but that's the only thing I've heard about insofar as, you know, seeing him and how he's going to be when he does get seen. But like I said, that was a hot minute ago. And I haven't heard anything about him since. Literally, the only thing I've heard about him since is that hologram in the previews. That's it. So I don't know how much Ezra and Sabine you want to see how they met. Watch Rebels. They met on Rebels. They met on the Ghost, I think. If I'm not mistaken, someone who has watched Rebels more recently than me, if you know, please confirm or correct. But I'm pretty sure they met because, oh, how did that go? Oh yeah, Ezra ended up stealing stuff from Kanan Jarrus, who was stealing stuff from the Empire. And then, shenanigans ensued, and Kanan had to whip his saber out and stuff. And happened in the first episode, yeah. And she was on the, yeah, because shenanigans ensued. And Ezra ends up with the Ghost Crew, and she's on the fucking ship. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. So, I mean, at first they were like, doing the usual young people crap of sparring. Well, yeah. Brooke, how are you? I mean, Donna, I did say the number correctly, but I am laughing at what you actually typed. So, no Luke and Ahsoka. You don't want to see Luke and Ahsoka mesh midi-chlorians? Well, I can understand why some of your friends are less excited than most of us here about the upcoming Ahsoka show. They've no glasses on. You do what? I don't even know what the hell I don't remember what I said that you would say I do too. You're agreeing with something, maybe? Um, yeah, I mean, I understand. Lucasfilm's track record is, excuse me one second. Yeah, Lucasfilm's track record is ass. So you were talking about Luke and Ahsoka. I'm just completely lost now, so don't worry about it. Um, there we go. But yeah, those who are fed up with Lucasfilm's track record and also don't have the faith in Filoni that we do are going to be like not giving too much of a crap about Ahsoka, unfortunately. Try to get one of your friends hyped up about Ahsoka, but he's completely checked out Star Wars. He was saying KK committed one of the biggest crimes, butchering two franchises. How they met. Oh, yeah, I don't know how those two met. The I if it's talked about, it would be in probably one of the two Mandalorian episodes that were stuck in the middle of Book of Boba Fett. So I think that's the first time we see Ahsoka actually hanging out with Luke. So don't fucking roll your eye emoji at me, Sabersmith. Actually, I earned it, so never mind. Brooke says at this point, I'll just watch Ahsoka when it comes out. Yeah. Hopefully, if it's good, in my opinion, that can convince some of my friends to return to Star Wars again. I mean, that'd be good. I think a lot of us are hoping that Ahsoka will slap hard enough to that the reverberations will shake people back into the fandom. Justin wants to see Luke and Ahsoka mix midichlorians. Nice. KK is no leader. She is trash. I don't know what the hell happened to her after like the 90s or even late 80s, or if she just, happened to be with the right people at the right time for, a couple decades or so. Oh yeah, Oppenheimer is a great film, just very long. Yeah, the length of the film seems to be a pretty common, I guess complaint works. Definitely a very common observation. Brooke says, I actually like the Book Boba Fett episode where it showed Luke and Ahsoka interacting. However, that episode should have been a Mando. Yeah, yes, it definitely. Since I got here a bit late, did we already cover Marvel news? Nope. I just remember seeing the new trailer for the Marvels film. The film looks like it could be fun. Yeah, no, we haven't. I haven't gotten into Marvel much. Um, Started off talking about the absolutely insane numbers that Barbie is generating because that movie is absolutely smashing the box office. Sorry, it's smashing the box office with an E. That's how hard it is blasting the box office. KK is a grifter, like Megan in here. You know what? I have no idea what the fuck is going on with that whole situation. Don't care either. That's outside the realm of my curiosity. That kind of shizzle. There's enough nerdy gossip. I don't care about royal gossip. But yeah, the new Marvels trailer. I did actually mention that. It came up a few minutes ago. But yeah, it's definitely a better trailer than the first one. It actually generated curiosity in me. Like I said before, a very minuscule amount of curiosity, but actual curiosity where there was none after the first trailer. So, I mean, I'm gonna go see it I was gonna go see it in the theater, regardless of whether or not I had actual curiosity about it. But now I do. So that'll be cool. Gotta take Chunk out. Okay, you be a good boy, Chunk Chunk. Anybody got any thoughts on the Marvels? Has anyone other than myself and Brooke seen the most recent trailer for the Marvels? It's got a little bit of different footage than the first one. And they did one of the best things they could possibly do, which was show me for kittens. The Spider-Man game trailer is good, also. Yeah, I saw the trailer, the story footage. That looked fucking dope. I can't wait to watch people, i.e., you, Justin, and maybe a couple others stream playing that motherfucker. Marvel, I'm just mostly hyped for Deadpool 3. With Marvel's, I watched the film, but we keep expectations low. More hype for Deadpool. Oh, yeah. Deadpool 3 is hopefully going to be our savior, so to speak. But prepare yourselves because that movie is probably going to get delayed by the strike. Be ready. Prepare your mind for what is to come. Delays are coming. Harden your heart. Stiffen your back. Because shit's going to happen. Donna? Barbie was marketed to women of all ages. I assume you meant marketed. But it is a bad story, and there are women very upset leaving the theater. Okay, marketing department could get sued for misleading people. Hmm. Interesting. That's interesting. I feel like some people want to watch Barbie just because Margot Robbie is in it. Yeah, many people. Yeah, she's definitely considered well above average in the looks department. Like real talk, I think she looks better as Harley Quinn than she does as any other character. Even that Wolf of Wall Street chick. I mean, I realized she got naked. You know, there was Kitty, but For me, it's Harley Quinn. Which reminds me, I still got to force myself through Birds of Prey. Wolf of Wall Street, that was a great film. Yeah, that was actually a really good film. I enjoyed it. All right. I don't know how I feel about them replacing Margot Robbie with Lady Gaga for the role of Harley Quinn. Well, it's that's two completely different Joker timelines. The Joaquin Phoenix Joker is an Elseworld thing, like the Matt Reeves the Battinson Batman movie. I mean, it's even more off to the side because those two don't even interact. That's not going to be Joaquin's not going to be the Joker for Battinson either. So it's just that's its own thing. Plus, there's supposed to be a heavy musical aspect to the second Joker movie. So yeah, may as well have Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn in that one. She has some musical talent, I've heard. So, insofar as like it's completely removed, there's absolutely, and again, given the format, they probably made a pretty good decision in that area. Plus, Gunn probably wanted to keep. Gunn is keeping that version of Harley Quinn in his main continuity, I think. So, yeah, I'm not sure if making that a musical is a good idea either. And then don't forget, there's going to be that bit of a musical aspect in the Marvels as well. You'd like to see? I have not yet gotten around to watching the first Joker film. I know I should. I've heard lots and lots of good things about it. I actually watched The Dark Knight last night though, because fucking Heath Ledger, bro. Like, I know technically the Joker's a supporting character, but the way that movie was written and set up, and the way he performed, that should have been just a leading man Oscar for that dude. It's a shame that kid. Obviously, he was talented. Oh no, I don't disagree with you, Sabersmith. Like, on a surface level, Margot is definitely more attractive than Lady Gaga. But again, Margot's in Gunn's continuity. Gaga's not even in the Matt Reeves Batman continuity. That's just its own Joker continuity. The Matt Reeves Batman continuity is going to have its own Joker too. So, James is keeping it clean and organized over there, DC. Speaking of Joaquin Phoenix, I'm really excited for the upcoming Napoleon film. Looks epic. Napoleon's always been a very fast. Yes, I agree. I love well done period pieces. So yeah, I think that's going to be that does look the previews up. Let's try that one again. The previews I have seen look really, really good. And then a couple other things I've heard people who got to who got to see like a big chunk of an action scene at some kind of film festival or whatever. I can't remember which one, but they got to screen like one big chunk of a battle scene, and that sounded super sick. I don't remember the details, but I do remember going thinking that's super sick. So yeah, I think Napoleon's going to be pretty cool. I have absolutely no idea what kind of numbers it's going to do, but I personally think that movie looks pretty cool. I also think the creator looks really cool. And keep this in mind: that movie only cost 85 mil. If you haven't seen the trailer for that one, check it out. And if you have, think about that. Think about the cool ass looking shit you saw in the trailer. And then think about the fact that movie cost 86 million. Don, it says I can't wait for Napoleon. I just hope it is somewhat historically accurate. Yeah, that would be nice. If you're gonna make a period piece, especially about one of the most well known figures in our history, yeah, you should probably go for some kind of accuracy. Night, babe. So, oh, she'll be fine. She's got earplugs. I mean, she doesn't. She like real talk. She doesn't even have those because of my streaming. She has those because I snore like an 1832 sawmill. That's why she has the earplugs, so she can sleep through the night without having to roll over and shove me or elbow me or something to get me to at least roll over and stop snoring for a few. So, all right, let's talk about Bob Iger, shall we? I just wanted to have just a little bit of real talk about Bob Iger. Nothing about anything he said publicly, even though he was talking like a complete fucking idiot on that CNBC interview. But we've already heard about that shit a few times. So, speaking of sleep, better get to bed myself. Nice hanging with you. Good night. Night, Donna. Have a good rest. But I just want to talk about the recent history of Bob Iger, how culpable he is for the current situation, and what may or may not happen in the future due to this current situation. So, I mean, we all know Kathy's made a shit ton of stupid decisions over at Lucasfilm. And we know Feige delegated in phase 4, and we saw how that went. So, yeah, those two running their studios have. Oh, Lord, I feel around that chunk snore so bad. Sometimes it's snoring and farting at the same time. That's great. He's talking about his dog. Oh, you're talking about. Evidently, I also am like Chunk, from what I've just been informed. Brooke says, I saw clips of that interview with Iger. I think he just said some stuff about the writer's strike that pissed off a lot of people. Yeah. Well, the strikes in general. Yeah, he called them, what was the fucking stupid ass word he used? Disruption. Yes. This is a bad time for such a disruption. Oh, Bob. Bob. But really, that's just if you think about what he's done in totality, it's really just kind of a drop in the bucket. Just think about it. back in 2018, 2019. Guess what we got? You remember what we got? We got Disney Plus being kicked off with The Mandalorian season 1. I don't know if Bob Iger has what it takes to lead Disney again. I also remember how he said something about how Disney is focused on quality over quantity when it comes to Star Wars and Marvel. Yes. Oh, I'll be getting to that one. I'll be getting to that. Ba-bum. Where was I? Yes, the advent of Disney Plus, Bob Iger's baby. One of the things that will push Disney as an entertainment company into the future. Here's the problem. He tried doing it like Netflix does, which is just throwing ass tons of money at stuff and hoping enough of them hit it big to make that money back and allow them to do it again. Poor choice of words. I'm trying to still have faith in him. Oh, okay. Where was I? Right. So Bob starts Disney Plus. Oh, let us not forget. Even before that, when Disney bought Lucasfilm in 2012, Bob rang up Kathy and was like, "Bitch, we need movies." So they produced them. Didn't bother with a plan or anything. Didn't bother to make sure the legacy characters were honored. Didn't didn't do a lot of shit that she fucking should have. And you know, that was the beginning of the massive chasm that now exists in the fandom. Um, said chasm having been blinded by the earthquakes generated by the bombs that Lucasfilm put out on Disney Plus. So, and again, that was Iger. We have a streaming service. We need content. Kathy, Kevin, make me Disney Plus content. Just so happens this order came simultaneously, or a little bit before COVID, but of course Iger dipped out right before COVID and left us Chapek. Again, after starting the money pit that was Disney Plus, and having the sequels rushed out. So we all know how it went under Chapek. He was, despite everything I've listed so far that Iger's culpable for, Chapek is just a big old fucking dummy. So, um, initially I was like, yay, Iger's back. But, so he comes back in, Chapek's gone on a Sunday. And Iger immediately is like, all right, we're going to cut 3 billion or whatever the fuck it was. And then, 7,000 layoffs. And this last interview where he's talking about we're going to cut back on the amount of product we put out on Disney Plus. It's going to be quality over quantity now. Proceeds to throw Marvel under the bus for diluting the brand. And again, glossing over the fact that he was the one that ordered Marvel and Lucasfilm to give him original content to put on his baby, the streaming service known as Disney Plus. This motherfucker dying. Getting there. Anyway. So then he throws Marvel under the bus for diluting the quality of their product by putting so much out on Disney Plus. Again, glossing over the fact that it was his fucking idea initially. So what we have now is initially we had Iger coming back. He's like, all right, I'll come back for a couple of years, take care of this shit, bring you my replacement, and I'm out. Well. Not the case. And I want everyone to pay attention. Clip this if you must. I gotta remember what the fuck I was gonna say. Damn it. I hate when I do that. I had this planned out and everything. Well, they don't pull back on Star Wars content. Star Wars has way less content than Marvel. Well, he said they're pulling back on all of it. Oh, yes. Now I remember. This is the part you're going to want to clip. If you have one of those super positive friends that think Disney's in a decent spot and or Marvel's in a good spot and or Lucasfilm's in a good spot, I want you to ask them to explain to you the following and how that means that Disney is in a good spot. Iger was supposed to be out in 24 after fixing shit and finding a replacement. He's extended to 26 now. If Disney's in such a great spot, why did Iger decide he needs 2 more years to fix what's going on? And he hasn't even been back in the job a year yet, and he's already decided he needs 2 more years to turn this boat around. Is that a sign that things are hunky-dory, or is that a sign that he got in there and went, holy shit, this is worse than I thought? I'm going to need more time because I basically caused this with my rushing out of product and Disney Plus losing billions upon billions upon billions because we tried to do it the Netflix way, and that doesn't work for our kind of company. So yeah, if Disney's in such a great spot, if Marvel's in such a great spot, if Lucasfilm's in such a great spot, why did Iger think he needed 2 more years to fix his shit? The answer is simple. It's not in a great fucking spot. I think Iger underestimated how bad things are. Yep. This guy has a huge uphill battle to fix Disney. Yep. You are absolutely correct, sir. Them's the facts. So, I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything, but the CEO that got brought back in order to right the ship after being back less than a year is already like, fuck, I'm going to need 2 more years. In what way does that signify everything is cool? I'll tell you, in no way does that signify everything is cool. It signifies the exact opposite of everything is cool. Everything is fucked. Everything is fucked. And there's a little bit more about this I want to talk about, but I need to refresh my beverage. I shall return shortly. Did everybody leave? Leave. I hope you're still here. I guarantee anyone who just made it this far on the replay just went poof. Because I'm good at retention. So, yay. Thanks. So, that is where we're at now in terms of the Eigs. Now, what is going to happen from here? Well, right around the time he came back, also, I don't think anyone else wants Bob Iger's job, which makes his situation worse. Yeah, well, they definitely don't want it right now with the shape Disney's in. That's for fucking sure. Side note, that's probably why we're still stuck with KK, because no one wants that fucking job at Lucasfilm either. Like, if they had candidates, she would be gone. But they don't. So we're stuck. Anyway, so there was a point in time, like a year or so ago, where it was starting to be realized where Disney was financially and that things were kind of messed up, and rumors began to start rolling around about that. Hey, it's possible that Apple could buy Disney. It lasted a couple weeks and then it disappeared. It's back. And it's back with more traction. There's more lag. I mean, let's face it. Other than the fact that it makes sense, most of the time companies try and fix a lot of this shit to make sure they're at an appropriate value amount to where the shareholders will be happy with what they get in the event of a sale. So all the cost cutting, all the stuff that Bob's doing is has two reasons behind it. Reason number one is just just normal business practices, get your shit profitable, and also the better it looks, the more value it will have, and the possibly the easier it will sell. So Smith says, "Good, stay for a couple more years, just fix the hot mess." Exactly. Excuse me. But yeah, the Apple buying Disney thing is back. I am not the biggest fan of Apple. They're super proprietary. They do all kinds of stupid shit in the name of being proprietary. And I'm not a big fan. On the other hand, I haven't really heard to where Apple TV Plus isn't high quality content. I've not heard that that's not true. I've only heard that that is true. The Apple Plus stuff, the offerings on Apple Plus are quality offerings. Not sure how to feel about Apple buying Disney. Also, I don't think the government will allow such a merger to happen. Apple's products are good, but just overpriced. Can't see that happening. Apple would try to buy Paramount first. It would be easier. Maybe, but Paramount doesn't have the sledgehammer IP that Disney does with Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm. So if it came down to where the value meets or exceeds the cost, Apple would snap Disney up in a heartbeat for Lucasfilm and Marvel. And really, despite what people want, Disney's not going to just sell Lucasfilm or just sell Marvel. No, the only way for Lucasfilm and Marvel to have different people above Kathy and Kevin is for someone to come in and just flat out buy all of Disney and then install their own people. And Apple is, I think, not only the best, but the only candidate for that. So, but that's assuming that that would even happen. Um, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Apple and like their sense of, um, I guess, isolationism when it comes to their technology. Only Apple for Apple stuff. But like I said, Apple TV Plus apparently puts out nothing but quality. So whoever's in charge of that, I could definitely, I would appreciate their help, at least at Lucasfilm anyway. Once Feige gets back to micromanaging, which he is, he can take care of Marvel as long as he gets back to micromanaging. Lucasfilm needs more help. To be honest, even if Disney were to just sell Lucasfilm or just Marvel to Apple, I don't know if it's a good idea. Not sure if I trust a company like Apple to handle big IP like Star Wars, Marvel, and Agents, etc. To be honest, some would not be thrilled if Apple bought Disney. Oh no, there's definitely a lot of people that'd be like, "Fuck this shit." Um, I would be, I would have to give it a shot. Like I would have to, just because at this point the odds are vastly in favor of things improving. Because let's face it, it's not that much lower the shit can go. There's still room for it to get shittier, but especially in Lucasfilm's case, not much. Not much at all. Like there's a show called The Foundation series now. Plus, the show seems cool, but haven't seen it. Yeah, that show. Anytime I see that show come up in any kind of feed I'm looking through, it is a very well acclaimed and popular show, from what I understand. So, stupid fucking lumbar pad. There we go. That's better. But yeah, so there's that. Like I'm very wary of Apple, but on the other hand, I think there is a high potential of things improving under their leadership, at least in the parts I give a crap about. So, I guess if it leads to improvements, I'll be a fan. But I do guarantee I will do the absolute. I will have it as little as possible to do with Apple, regardless of whether or not they have my IP. So, but yeah, so that could be the end result of Iger and his tomfoolery over the last, well, technically not 6 to 9 years. Or, sorry, 6 to 11. But unfortunately, he may be the one that got us into this mess, or has done a lot to get Disney into this mess. So far as Disney people go, he is still the best one to clean up his own mess. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, there's no one else that could clean that up other than him. So he needs to do a really good job. If Apple buys Disney and they somehow make the IP even worse, never buying Apple products again. Not that I buy much Apple products anyway. Yeah, I don't like. I would only buy any Apple products that I had to because I'm forced to in order to watch the shit I want to watch. If Apple buys my shit, our shit, in the first place. So, yeah, as of right now, the only thing I would mess with is like iTunes, and I don't need to because I use Spotify. So that'd be the only Apple product, or maybe Apple TV Plus if like I dusted one or two of my other ones just to see what they got on there. But yeah, overall, Apple can lick the drip as far as I'm concerned. At least until such time, if there is such time as they do purchase the Walt Disney Corporation. And since we're on Disney and we've brought up Marvel, it is time to talk about Secret Invasion Episode 5, Harvest. Got to head out, long drive home, listening for those watch hours. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. Drive safe, man. Drive safely. Be careful. Get you and Chunk out alive, or home alive. Excuse me. Who all has watched Secret Invasion Episode 5? Obviously, I have. If you have, you know what to do. 1 to 10 in the chat, please and thank you. Secret Invasion, all right. I know Josh not a big person. The show's okay, but I hope the last episode ends the show on a good note. Yes. And we will dive into that a little more deeply. But first, I want participation. 1 to 10. What'd you think of this episode? This most recent episode? 5, Justin says. Fifth episode, maybe 7. Really a conflict between Nick Fury and Gravik. This episode was so boring for me. And I can see that. I didn't think it was that boring myself. Like for Gravik, though, he's pretty good. Yes, I have been enjoying that guy's performance for the most part. I myself would probably go 7 on it. And I understand why they did the whole. David also says 7. Q. Nick Fury's acting is the only thing keeping the show afloat, and some of the other cast act. Sylvia, Olivia, whatever her fucking last name is, the British chick. I love her. Actually, I think she's my own personal favorite for this show. She's great. She has the perfect delivery of the British wit and charm and snark that they tend to combine all into one thing. And She oozes that one thing perfectly. It's great. I love her. Olivia Colman is the actress. Sylvia something or other is the character, but yeah, she's my favorite part of this show. Honestly, I was less than thrilled when we didn't see her at all in episode 4. But yeah, I thought it was a 7. It wasn't like woo, but it had enough. It had enough cool parts to keep me going. That rebellion against Gravik in the cafeteria was pretty fun. Um, Olivia Colman, yep. Um, Gaia and Fury's old lady having to shoot their way out of the house was pretty cool. I don't know if any of you noticed this, but like one of the guys assaulting the house was killed before he was done rappelling in. Was hanging from his ropes and harness or whatever. And I actually saw some people complaining about that, and I'm like, that's like perfectly epic for this kind of thing. So people are rappelling in, you got to have one of them dead hanging in his harness or their harness or whatever. It's kind of like movie law. Talking to another talking scene is so unbearable. Yeah, they're definitely leaning into the exposition. That is for sure. That's why my scores. That's why I haven't given an episode above a 7 to this point. I don't think. Maybe the first one. I might have given the first one an 8. The first one I actually thought started okay. It set everything up, gave us our main players, and then they just haven't done enough since. Like they gave us all the setup we needed. They could have just got straight into, hopping and moving along, but they, for whatever reason, actually, I'll tell you exactly why. It's because this was still written and made and shit during the basically during Phase 4, and we all know what the rest of Phase 4 was like. So I mean, this is better than any pretty much anything that came out in Phase 4 on Disney Plus, short of like Loki and WandaVision. Of course, the finale is coming up, so we'll see. But like, really, the only real mystery is who was Nick calling on the phone at the very end there. Was he calling Gaia? Was he calling his wife? Was he calling Saber? And if it was Saber, who on Saber was he calling? Was the person on the other end of that line the real Nick Fury? Because we have yet to see the scene from the trailer of him stepping off that ship like he did at the beginning, but stepping off that ship looking like he's coming right out of fucking Avengers. Basically looking how he does in the Marvels trailer, which is not how he looks now. So could it be we've been watching a Skrull Fury this entire time? Of course, there's one big problem with that one, and that's he's been getting his ass beat like a human and moving like a human the entire time. And there's definitely been situations where if he moved like a Skrull, things would have been a lot better. So either he is a Skrull that's really, 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 really dedicated to the role to the point where it would not help the situation, even though he could. Actually, I can't say he because we know a female Skrull is pretending to be Rhodey. Vara, is that Fury's wife, Vara? Yeah, because I think Ron is the one that is Rhodey. So, um, where was I? damn it. I hate it when I do that. Kind of like the interaction between Fury and Rhodey, especially how the show highlighted tensions between the two characters. First revealed Rhodey's the Skrull, but still, yeah, no, those two. Well, I mean, just in general, Samuel L. Jackson and Don Cheadle are both, at least for me, magnificent actors. So those two playing a scene together is just fucking gold. Is like Pacino and De Niro in the movie Heat. Still like Secret Invasion better than Andor. Yes. I don't think it's paced as slowly as Andor was, but I unfortunately do understand the people that are calling it the Andor of Marvel because while it's not as bad, it's too close for me to be happy about it. So, oh yeah, it's talking about who the hell Fury could have been talking about on the phone, and why a lot the theory exists as to that the Fury we've been having is a Skrull, but there's been situations where Skrull strength and speed would have been quite handy, and they didn't happen. So either Fury is not a Skrull, or that is a Skrull so dedicated to his or her role that it will act exactly like a 70 some odd year old Nick Fury will act and move at the speed a 76-year-old Nick Fury would move, and so on and so forth. Like Secret Invasion way more, but I feel like nothing has happened yet, and this is 5 hours worth of. Yep, 5 of 6. I mean, there's been these couple little schemes for them to stop or whatever, but yeah, nothing major. So I hope the finale's got something, and I hope whatever it is, whether it's part of the actual show or a post credits thing, whatever they do to finish this show off, I want to be connected to the overall multiverse somehow. I'm very tired of shit being in standalone format and not moving the multiverse saga along. That was pretty much all of Phase 4. The multiverse saga barely got moved along. It got moved some, but not a lot. Nowhere near as much as it should have been. And it's time for shit to start moving. I've gotten in a couple debates on Twitter about this too. Like someone was saying they completely wasted Sam, Jack, and Don, or Sam, Jack, and Don. I wouldn't go quite that far, but um, definitely could have been handled better. I feel like they've wasted Amelia Clark more than those two, honestly. And I am a little annoyed that Talos is dead. Mostly because I like Ben Mendelsohn. That dude's fucking awesome. Um, but yeah, so there are points for and against Samuel. The Fury we've had definitely wasted her. Yeah. So there are points for and against the Fury we've been watching to this point being a Skrull. There are enough points for that I'm not going to discount it. There are enough points against that I'm going to go ahead and doubt it a bit too. But if that is the case, if he's not calling the real Nick Fury, is he calling a decoy? Is he calling a Skrull to help him by pretending to be him? Also a possibility. Actually, Sam and Don have been carrying. Yeah, those two and Olivia. Those are the big three in this show. For me, Olivia's been fucking killing it. She's just magnificent. I love her character. I love how she plays her character. It's amazing for me. But yeah, we got Nick Fury going to Finland, getting the vial of harvest from his gravestone. And all I'm going to say is that's bullshit. You wouldn't have a suspended solution with a bunch of DNA all thrown fucking together. That's just not how shit works. You would have a her too. Yes, she is magnificent. Yeah. Um, I mean, it's fucking Marvel, so who knows what kind of sciencey wincy shit they come up with. But for me, at least, I don't see how just having everyone's DNA mixed in a solution, all in the same vial, is any kind of good. But I don't know how it was put together. I am not a geneticist or a biochemist or anybody that has anything to do with working with DNA. The only thing I do with DNA is, I either spit or, you know, deal with the remnants of, quality time with myself. That's about it for my DNA. So yep, he gets the vial. And again, I don't know why it's just one vial. Got to go. All right, David, have a good night, man. Well, what's left of your night since it's going to be, what, 3 or 4 in the morning almost? Almost 4 in the morning for you? Get some rest, Brit. Thanks for coming in. I always appreciate it, man. We'll see ya. But yeah, so he gets the vial. Then he gets rid of his old scruffy coat. Opens up one, I guess you call it footstone. One mausoleum stone and gets out the leather trench, which I love the black leather trench. I used to have the old West buffalo coat style black leather trench, with the fucking big ass kind of floppy thing on the back. Yeah, the thing was fucking dope. I want another black leather trench. I don't necessarily want the old West buffalo style, but I definitely want a long ass black leather trench. They're fucking sick. But anyway, so he opens up one thing and gets out the trench. Opens up another of the same size and just pulls out his eye patch. And then one more of the same size and pulls out a gun and a clip. That all just has to be purely for drama's sake because you could have fit all three of those in one thing. But I get it. And it is kind of fun to do it that way. Oh, yeah, and the purple stocking cap. Almost forgot. So he puts on his more badass Nick Fury gear that he has stored there and his gun, and he takes the vial and he takes out that phone and he calls whoever the fuck it is he calls and said, "Let's go. It's time to finish it," or some shit like that. Anyway, I know it's time to finish it is a part of what he said. I just don't remember what the other. But anyway, you get the gist. You get the fucking gist. So yeah, that was it. That was the episode. Obviously, other shit happened, but who cares? Um, so yeah, that was it. Just a 7 for me. Really hoping this finale slaps hard because Marvel doesn't really have anything left on Disney Plus this year that's at least anticipated to have any kind of wow factor. Echo's coming, but they're dropping all of that at once, so that means that's high quality because they're not trying to hook us by dropping one episode a week and keep us on Disney Plus to watch it all. They're just like, yeah, here you go, take it. So that does not instill confidence in me for the quality of that one. Yes, I know that's how Netflix does it for the most part, but that's how they've been doing it. Disney's been releasing their shit weekly to keep us hooked in the app. But now all of a sudden they're going to drop a show all at once. I don't think that bodes well for the show. Or at least I don't think that bodes well for Disney's opinion of the show. So that's all I got. Now it's pretty much the well, if we were on a Dead Nerd stream, it'd be the Q's and the A's, but I just call it bring up anything, the bring up anything section. Ask me anything. Because eventually, even in real life, basement conversations devolve from having, a subject that people are going to riff on for a while to just what the fuck ever. And we are now in the what the fuck ever portion of the show. So what do you guys got? What do you guys want to talk about? I have covered everything that I wanted to talk about, so Alan is excited for Ahsoka. Hell yeah. I am too. I'm very excited for Ahsoka. Not sure how you feel about the Echo show. I did like the Hawkeye show. I guess I will like Echo. Give Echo a shot. Yeah, I'm gonna give her a shot. I'll watch it. I mean, Kingpin's gonna be in it, and I fucking love Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, so that's a bonus. Um, there is a possibility we might see Matt Murdock in it. Yeah, mostly just excited for Ahsoka in August. Not sure what else to be excited for when it comes to 2023. Ahsoka, the strike ending, and then 2023 ending. That's pretty much about it. Yeah. Marvel, I'm mostly just looking forward to the 20. Yes. Yep. I mean, because what do we got left? We got Ahsoka, woohoo, and Skeleton Crew at least for Star Wars. There might be one other thing. Marvel. I don't think there's any more Disney Plus shows coming out for Marvel the rest of the year, other than Echo. So we got Echo, and in the theater we got the Marvels, and I believe both of those are in November. No, the strike hasn't ended. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to the rest of the year because there isn't much, and the strike ending is one of the things I'm looking forward to, along with Ahsoka and just the year ending. Like I'm looking forward to January 1st, 2024. So DC Infinite Crisis movie coming out next year. Really hoping to watch more of the anime. Yeah, I saw about that on the Twitter. There is already a DC animated movie called Crisis on, I think it's just Another Earth or some shit like that. That one was actually pretty cool. I watched did that one. That one was pretty cool. There's the Warhammer 40K show, which I'm excited for, but that's not going to be. Yeah. Well, I mean, nothing on Amazon is going to be out for a while now. I mean, they only really put their list together of what they want to do. They haven't really gotten started on any of it. It's all still in pre-production, like all of it. Warhammer, Stargate, um, Legally Blonde 3. What else is there? I think another season of Halo they want to do. And I think they want to do another season of Rings of Power. Another season of The Boys. Oh, speaking of that, spinoff Gen V is coming out this fall sometime too. So I definitely want to check that out. If it's even half, three-fourths as good as The Boys itself is, that'll be a dope show. So I think that'll be cool, or at least I hope it's cool. I'm definitely gonna check it out and see if it is cool. I'd like to have something to rave about when I'm on here. I like to be able to come on here and be like, guess what? This shit right here, you got to check this shit out right here. It's fucking awesome. That's what I'd rather be doing. Not what I've been doing, which is criticizing and shitting on and complaining and all that crap. But things are how they are, and I'm going to talk about them. Anything else on anybody's mind? I'm here for you. If there's something you want to talk about, right here, right here, I'm right here. Not a lot to be honest, but Ahsoka's coming out in a month. Yeah, I hope the runtime for each episode is good. Yes, so do I. Thank you for bringing up runtimes. The runtimes for the last couple episodes of Secret Invasion have been a little short too. I know you are. What, that I'm excited for Ahsoka? I know you are, but what am I? Yeah, so like if the season finale for Secret Invasion is less than like 45 minutes, that's already going to be dropping it for me. See, 50 minutes each episode would be good for Ahsoka, and hopefully it's good enough to lead to season 2. Yeah. Now, see, here's the thing about that. Even with the strike, everything's going to be pushed. Some stuff's going to get pushed back. I don't know if there's going to be time to fit a season 2 of Ahsoka in before he needs to get working on the movie. I don't think he has enough time for that. I don't think we're going to get a second season of Ahsoka before we get the Filoni movie. At least not as things stand now, schedule wise. I don't think there's enough time for that because there's already Mando season 4. There's the Acolyte that's still got to come out, even though that's not going to have jack shit to do with that, but it's still got to come out. Not sure what else, but it's a movie that he's got to get going. So, he needs to get on that shit. Movies take a lot longer than a show to get rolling. I mean, he might find a way to do it. I will say this: if he wants to get a second season of Ahsoka in, he is not going to be able to write it all himself like he did with this season. He's just not. He's going to have to delegate it, and he's going to have to trust people. And I don't know if he wants to do this, or I don't know if I want him to do that. Skeleton Crew could be good. It could be. I mean, Jude Law's in it, and I love me some Jude Law. So that show's got a leg up, at least as far as Jude Law being in it. I think that gives it potential right there. But overall, that one's a wait and see. That one's definitely a wait and see. Yep. Got a month. Today's the 22nd. Ahsoka comes out August 23rd. So, yeah. Yeah. Anything else, y'all? Like I said, it doesn't even have to be nerdy. Just what else. If you want my opinion, my advice, my whatever, if there's anything you wish me to hear me blather about, speak now. Because if not, it's about that time. Nothing to say, but to be honest, really good stream. Well, thank you. Thank you, Brooke. I really appreciate that, man. Catch up on the first 50 minutes you missed out on. Oh, sweet. I need the watch hours, so do that. Oh, did everyone hit a like, by the way? I don't know how to check the shit without actually getting on my phone, and I'm just lazy. So if you did not hit a like on the way in, please hit it on the way out. And also, obviously, if you're not subscribed, please do so. But I'm pretty sure everyone I've seen tonight is subscribed. Obviously, if you've made it this far on the replay, you should hit subscribe because, if you made it this far, then you really like what I'm doing. So you should subscribe. Thumbs up. Thank you, Alan. Of course you did. I appreciate that, bro. But yeah, go ahead and hit like for those of you who have made it this far on the replay. Know that you do not have much farther to go. And yeah, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time I drop some manner of content or a note in the community tab or what have you. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good time. I did. I try to look for stuff to watch. I watched Insidious since the weekend, maybe do a marathon of the Insidious films. Yeah, I mean, if you're in the mood for, well, what they call horror nowadays, which are really just thrillers in my book. Yeah, I mean, do your thing, dude. I'm not sure what I'm going to watch out of this. Like I said, I watched The Dark Knight last night just because sometimes you just got to watch The Dark Knight. Because Heath Ledger's Joker is the GOAT. Fuck everybody. Sorry, Jack Nicholson. Sorry, Jared Leto. 10 out of 10 for my live show. Thank you. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. But yeah, sorry, Mark Hamill's voice. Sorry, the dude that was on the Adam West show. I can't remember his name. But yeah, Heath Ledger, best Joker ever. Deal with it. I could watch Alien 3 because I've watched Prometheus, Covenant, Alien, and Aliens in chronological order. So Alien 3 is next. I don't know if I'm in the mood for that shit though. Anyway, Caesar Romero. Okay. I'm glad you guys had a good time. You know, I always do. I love doing this shit. I love hanging with y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. And like I always say, there's always a good time to be had when you're chilling in the basement. Yeah, Caesar Romero. He definitely looked the part. I mean, obviously makeup, but he had the same basic comic shape in the face. New My Adventures with Superman show. Oh yeah, That's the one that's kind of anime styled, right? It's drawn like Western anime. I enjoyed my time later, brother. Thank you, man. We'll see you Monday morning in the den, in the tower. If Josh even has a stream, because if things are slow, he'll be like, I got stuff to work on. Although I will admit, I am looking forward to that Warhammer channel. I'm very intrigued by what he's talked about so far. And let's face it, nice long lore videos are good to pop on while you're doing other shit. Appreciate it, man. And once again, thank you everybody for hanging out tonight. I cannot express my true depth of appreciation for you guys doing that. Even when I was at the top of my game in my vocabulary, I couldn't, and I definitely fucking can't now. But just know that my appreciation is basically boundless. So, have a good weekend. Much love to you all. Be well. And I'm almost done moving, so I might actually have time to do just a regular ass video next week. We'll see. We'll see. But other than that, I thank you. I appreciate you. I love you all. Now get the hell out of my basement.